we're going to do 5 teams mock draft. Now, we've already done a mock draft, which you could go watch on YouTube. We've already have that recorded, or listen to the full show and listen to all 32 picks on the Short Sports Show. Link is in the description down below. But this time, we are going to do a mock draft, full 7 rounds, mock draft, 5 select teams. You guys get to pick. But this week, it is the Dallas Cowboys. Next 4 weeks, that's up to you. You can tweet me at Short Sports Show using hashtag Short Draft and let me know what team you would like to see. So, it's Dallas Cowboys, America's team. Are they still America's team? 7 picks in this year's draft. 7 picks. They've got 2 in the 7, 1 in the 6, none in the 5th, 1 in the 4th, 1 in the 3rd, 2nd, and onwards. I did that backwards because I thought it was going to be easier. That was dumb. Now, of course, they have lost basically their whole secondary other than Byron Jones. Everybody's gone. Barry Church, Brandon Carr, Morris Claiborne, and then they lost some defensive ends. You've got Terrell McClain, Jack Crawford, J.J. Wilcox. Whoa. Those guys are gone. They added Nolan Correll, as well as Stephen Pia. But that's really it. They don't have a lot of guys. The secondary is just been destroyed. I really thought they would try to lock up Morris Claiborne because before he got hurt, he was having his best season. I know it took him about 4 years to get it done, but he was looking solid. Then they let him go. Now they have the 28th pick in the first round, and I really do not see the Dallas Cowboys trading up. They're in a position where they really can sit, and depending on how this draft goes, they're really in a good pool area, I guess you could say, of selecting players with current needs. Now, a lot of people are having, again, this is if I was picking for the Dallas Cowboys, some fans are going to like it, some fans aren't. This is my show. It's a Short Sports Show. So you don't like it, oh well, you don't have to watch. But I feel really confident in this, and I think Dallas Cowboys fans would feel confident as well because they are needing guys. This draft, it's going to go about 4 or 5 rounds deep. They need guys to go ahead and play immediately. I mean, you're looking at potential starters all the way into that 4th, 5th round, or 4th round, I should say. And I know for some teams that's like maybe the first 2 rounds, and 3rd round that guy gets a little bit of special teams time. No, the Cowboys, ton of needs, and thankfully the needs that they have, a lot of depth in this NFL draft. So first round, I'm going a little bit differently. A lot of people are having Charles Harris from Mizzou, defensive end, and while that is a need for the Cowboys, I think Charles Harris is going to get picked a little bit earlier. His NFL combine, he tore it up. He absolutely tore it up, and from what I heard, his player interviews were pretty good as well. His pro day was solid. I think it's going to go a little bit higher. So with that, big need, defensive tackle Martavius Adams from Auburn. Again, big guy. Interior plugs up the line. I know they need a pass rusher. I feel solid. And Jones, what was his name? I can't think of it. 95. That wasn't even Jones. That was Irwin. My fault. Montavious Adams, big dude, plugs up the line. You can have a run stuffer right there in the first round. And this guy, in the NFL Combine as well, he tore it up just as much. He's a big body and someone the Cowboys could rely on very quickly. And the reason I'm not going with, of course, if Charles Harris is there, I might be okay with switching that, but I feel Adams is the better pick because he is an absolute monster, that defensive tackle. Everyone continues to talk about the sacks. Cowboys, I believe they could get another pass rusher in this draft in just a few rounds. And here's why. Stick with me. If you don't like the first go pick, stick with me. It all makes sense towards the end. So who else? We got 2nd round. Jalen Tabor, corner from Florida. He's going to fall. He's going to fall in the draft. His combine was not so well. His 40 time was slow. Not too good. But the thing is, in the NFL, you do not run 40 yards straight. There's cuts, there's turns, there's stop and goes, twisting your hips. So guess what, Tabor? You're right. You got game speed. That's what's most important. And the Ranger quarter, he's going to be an excellent fit for the Cowboys. You throw him in that slot nickel position, and you've got someone you can truly rely on from Tabor, as Byron Jones is on the outside, and as well as we'll get here pretty soon. In the third round, I like this pick a lot. He's going to fall sadly because of his injuries, but fortunately for the Cowboys, good fit. And I know Cowboys are really kind of wanting to stay back from injury-prone guys because right now they took a chance on Jalen Smith, and it looks like he might not even be ready to go in 2017, and who knows if he'll ever be ready to go. But this guy, he will be a less serious knee injury. Eddie Jackson, safety from Alabama. This would be a huge pick. In the third round, he missed 70 games, including the last 2 college football playoff games. But he was an absolute beast when he was on the field. This dude is a thumper, but he can match up with any receiver out there. I love Eddie Jackson. He is one of my favorite safeties in this draft class, which is, again, ton of depth at the safety position. You throw Eddie Jackson in there, he's going to be ready by training camp. He's going to be ready, of course, by the season. This would be a steal for the Dallas Cowboys, and I feel confident with Eddie Jackson over any of the other guys that they could have kept. I like him a lot. I really do. Again, he's going to be healthy. So that's a big thing. Fourth round, I promise you I was not trying to go all SEC here. Hey, I'm not an SEC big fan. Like, oh yeah, SEC, they're the best. Trust me, listen to the show. It's not me. But in the fourth round, the Cowboys do get their edge player, and it's Deshaun Hall from Texas A&M. The guy who has not been talked about as much because on the opposite side of him was Myles Garrett, who was likely the number 1 pick overall in this year's draft. Deshaun Hall, 6'5", 266, is an absolute beast. And he's just, I mean, you have him against, on the opposite side of Irwin, who's also about 6'4", 6'5". You've got 2 lengthy guys, explosive motors, and you have Martavius Adams in the middle. Now the pick makes sense. And of course, that's if Deshaun Hall is there. And I think it should be. You have those. I know they run a 4-3, but you got a 3. Woo! I'm telling you, he comes in third down, pass rushing when you need him. He's a big body. He's not a run stuffer, of course. That is where it's going to take a little bit of work from. Going against the run, moving around off the tackle into the guard. He sometimes struggled with that at A&M, and that's why he's going to fall. He's there. You now have 4 starters on your defense, fix the immediate needs, and then you could go to guys later in this draft that are guys that can sit, that can wait, that can learn, and then produce later on. If I'm a Cowboys fan, I love these picks. I really do. Of course, they don't have a 5th rounder, and we're not projecting any trades here. They could end up getting 1 or 2 picks in this year's draft if Tony Romo is traded. Well, wait, they could have a draft day trade. Who knows? I'm not counting on it, so that's why we're not going to go with it. So into the 6th round, Sean Harlow, guard from Oregon State, a good body, good rangy guy, could pull very well. You add him in there, he could sit, he can learn in the Cowboys offense, and then potentially play here and there. I like Harlow a lot as well. In the 7th round, I was a little, I don't know. I feel like the Cowboys could really wait on a tight end, but from what I'm seeing, a lot of mock drafts having them get a tight end. Jason Witten, he signed a 4-year extension. He's not going to play another 4 years. There's no way. I think he's got like 2 years left in him. I know Cowboy lovers, they're going to be like, oh, no, he can play another 6 years. No, he can't. No. But I went ahead and got a tight end. Darrell Daniels, tight end from Washington. He wasn't used as much as I really thought they would in that type of offense. But Daniels, if he could sit under Witten and Witten actually teach him, because if you guys go and watch the Bennett brothers, that E60, and Witten didn't want to teach or help Martellus Bennett at all. He didn't want nothing to do with them. Witten he does seem like a self. I don't like Jason Witten. I don't like him. That's me. But if he can actually teach Darrell Daniels, this would actually be a good pick and a guy that can go out there and block, as well as be more the replacement of Jason Witten and catch out of the field. In the 7th round, if he's available. Now, if you look at a lot of mock drafts, this guy is available from the 6th to 7th round. He's still there. Some have him late 5th. But now he's starting to get a lot of talk. A lot of talk. And for him, that's great. And he could rise up into the draft. Best for him. I don't want to say it's bad. But for the Cowboys, if he can sit, and if he's there in the 7th round, or even if they want to flip the picks in that 7 with Daniels and this guy, this would be huge. Jaylen Brown, linebacker from UCLA. Not as much talked about. He's starting to get talked about. And you go see why. You watch some of his film, and it's a diamond in the rough with this guy. Had over 100 tackles this season. He took over Miles Jack's position from last year. Of course, y'all remember Miles Jack, who was selected in last year's draft. And he did really well. Really wasn't talked about. Speedy guy. He's a little bit undersized, not too much. I think he's right at 6 foot, if so. But he's a rangy guy. He's a speedy guy. Sideline to sideline. Something like what Jalen Smith was. Of course, not as quick, but he is very rangy. A cover guy as well. Obviously, can tackle. Over 100 tackles this past season alone. He's been getting a lot of people talking about him. So it looks like he might be rising. But if he's there, even in the 6th round, Cowboys should go get him. Add another linebacker. Hopefully Jalen Smith, of course, can play there. Jaylen Brown, I think he played, it was kind of, the linebacking position for him was kind of inside and outside. I could see them moving him to outside and just kind of playing him around. But inside, he's a guy who can move around a dime package because of his speed. So that is my mock draft for the Dallas Cowboys. Let me know in the comment section if you agree. Cowboys fans, look at all now. Imagine it. I would be excited if this all fell. And it's kind of a hard thing when you go all 7 rounds because it's like, well, if they're there, it's kind of hard. First round, it's a little bit easier because you can move things around a little bit. 7 rounds is tough. Tweet me at Short Sports Show. Become a fan on Facebook and use the hashtag ShortDraft to let me know what team you guys want to see in next week's show as we do a mock draft. 4 more weeks to the NFL draft. I'm excited.